Can I respond to that real quick?
Mhm.
I think that some millennials and even like some older Gen Z that are parents right now are very much so coming from a place, like Bohem said, of I didn't like this as a kid, so I'm not going to do it to them. There's also the aspect of I know that when I was like in my later teens, a lot of what I felt as a teenager was like the village only seems to exist when it's time to discipline. Like you would sometimes watch your mom not be able to go and get anybody else to babysit, or you could be in this type of village where the village doesn't want to help buy pampers, but the village wants to berate your child when it's time to like embarrass them or punish them. As well as in this day and age, I'm not going to lie to you, I look at the fact of some of these teachers are the same girls that like wasn't you that girl that got caught in the bathroom doing X, Y, and Z? Like you weren't trusted to be able to teach the child this and this and that, because I know who you were at 14 and 15, 16, 17. Sis, we went to school together. And that's how a lot of parents feel. So they're coming from that place of like, oh, I know what your teacher was. I know who your teacher is, or I know who homegirl down the street was or what she is. And that's where some of these children now are getting that energy from, where they may feel as though we don't need to respect so and so because my mama said, or, this and this and that. It's like the new adults aren't telling the kids to get out of the room when they're discussing that old school shit that was happening 10 years ago, right? So now your student that's in the fifth grade knows you used to be a bop back in the day, or she doesn't respect her neighbor next door because she knows the neighbor's business, that oh, she'd rather go and buy a bust down 30-inch instead of getting her kids food or this, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of that going on as well. So, and that's and of course that's not to say that it's right, but I think like y'all are saying, traditionalism does end up being lost, because how do you want a child to respect you when that child is understanding enough to understand your business now, you know?
Got you. I want to let me know if I understand at least the first part of what you said. You said that you were saying that if a parent, if people want to help discipline the kid, they should also be willing to help do other things like provide pampers and babysit and things like that. Is that what you're saying?
And as far as like a family aspect, because what I have come across when I'm talking to other moms is that of course they're not going to feel comfortable with calling this a village and saying that you're going to be there to discipline, but you're never there for the good times, or let's say the hard times.
Mm-hmm.
I and I'm not gonna lie, I do think that that's a weird concept. It's a weird concept that you're there to fuss at a child or spank a child or whatever, but you're not there for when that child has graduation or AB honor roll, or when that child is missing a Christmas present or something. You're not there for anything else besides to yell at the kid.
Yeah.
It almost comes off as like some adults in the millennial and Gen Z generation are adulting in a sense of like, it happened to me and now it's my opportunity to be the big bad wolf. And so now I get the huff and puff.
Yeah.
And that's not coming from a place of I want the best for you. That's coming from a place of, because I got my ass beat, I want to beat some ass. Because I got cussed out, I want to cuss out. And that's genuinely where it sounds like some of these people are coming from. And that is what I personally feel like develops the lack of respect for some of these kids, because I will never say that children don't understand. Children can see that clearly. And I think that's what separates a shitty situation from a good one. Like a lot of us as parents will be like, our children clearly understand when they catch that space. Like right now, as adults, we understand our parents were there for the good, the bad, the ugly. So we praise our mamas down, even though we got that whooping.
Yeah.
Versus, why is this person only present in my life when it's time to berate me or yell at me or this and this and
Mhm.
that? So now it kind of starts to get to a point of when that child no longer is smaller than you and doesn't have to fear you, they never respected you. So now
Mhm.
that they don't fear you anymore, now is when you get the kid that's trying to hit you back. And that's just my logic.
Okay. Um. So I'm just going to respond to the part that you said versus the maybe the underlying, like where it comes from. I'm just responding to what you said. So I don't agree with the basic premise that you should have to do a bunch of other things in order to discipline the child too. Now, if you gonna whoop a kid, then yeah, I don't want you to just randomly be whooping my kid, you know. But as far as like helping discipline and stuff like that, like we can agree that helping discipline a kid is help, right? I don't think that you should be demanding all types of help when somebody's offering you one type of help. Like, all right, you help me here. Well, how about you help me over here too? I don't think that, like your kid who doesn't have a Christmas gift under the tree. That is not That's your
No, no,
responsibility. That's your fault.
no. That's
Yeah.
not what she was saying.
No, I'm
You have to.
that's what she said,
No,
or maybe
that's
that's not
not.
what she meant.
No, no, no. That's not. That's
No,
not what she said. So, well, that's definitely not what she meant.
Okay.
What I heard when with what she said, what I heard her say is you can't just be a disciplinarian. Like I'll use my nephew for example. He complains that his father only shows up when it's time to yell and fuss at him. But he never tells him what he does right, that he did something good. He never gives him the love. So if you're only showing up in a kid's life to just reprimand, they're not going to respect you. They're going to be tired of you. So that's what she was saying. Like you have to be kind with your punishment as well. Like you have to say
Mhm.
something affirming to that
Yeah.
child to be effective.
Mhm.
Bo,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
wouldn't that what isn't that kind of the mom's fault because she only calls the dad when she wants him to discipline him, which is what happens to a lot of dads who don't have that are active but don't live in the home. It's if you don't do this, I'm gonna call your daddy. If you do that, I'm gonna call your dad. Or I'm gonna see you to your dad's house. Like the mom turns the father into like a bad thing. He's a boogeyman.
The
Only
tool
time
of
the kid,
discipline.
everything that kid associates with his father is discipline, strictness, punishment, no fun, being grounded, or getting a whooping. And that's what a lot of parents, or that's what a lot of moms don't take into consideration when they treat their kids, when they do that with their children.